Hi again. Well, I'm sitting here with a bright sun right in my eyes, and I can only see a vague outline of myself on the little screen on the camcorder, but at least I'm in frame, I think. Anyway, I've come back to the Chubb stream today. I fished it on the first day of the season. I haven't been back since, and I thought I'd come today. It'd be a matter of dropping in perhaps 4 or 5 spots where I've caught Chubb before and seeing what happens. As I was walking across the car park, a guy stopped as he was driving out and said, "Where are you going, the Chubb stream?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Yeah, there is just so much weed in that stream." And I thought, yeah, okay, it's a weedy stream, I knew that, but he had a point. Today it's as weedy as I've ever seen it. Spots that I've fished before, I've got a lot more weed in them, a lot more sort of rushes and things, and it's going to be quite challenging. Very bright day. The level was not as low as I perhaps feared. The Environment Agency always seem to show the level here low, so I think their meter may be stuck, so I took a bit of a chance. But we had a bit of rain the other night, and quite a bit of rain actually, and there is a bit more water in here than the last time I was here, I think, in June. So as I say, it's a matter of dropping in a few spots, see how I go, and going to be very challenging, I think, more challenging than ever since I've been coming here. But you never know your luck, you've got to try these things, and I just wanted to give it another try. It's about 3-4 months since I came here last time, so all tackled up, ready to go, so we'll get going. Okay, well, on the first day of the season I caught my best chub, or stream best chub from this spot, and but if you look back on that video, you'll probably see that all this reed growth in the middle of the stream is far more profuse than it was then. So a little bit worried really about getting the fish in, assuming I get a bite. I'm starting off with a bit of really smelly cheese paste. It's been in the fridge for ages, but not in the freezer, so it's matured quite nicely. Yeah, got to be a bit careful here. It's a question of holding the rod, I think, or at best laying it on the nettles. The water is exceedingly clear, and the sun is bright, so conditions are far from good. I've just got to try and get it under this tree somehow. Oh no, I'm caught in the tree. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, it's not easy, is it? Yeah, straight away. There's usually a chub down there, but as I say, today the conditions are absolutely dire. Fortunately, I say fortunately, I want a nice chub, but it's not as big as it could have been. So, we stood a better chance. Well, sort of almost instant success. Oh, my net's all folded in. That's better. Well, that was immediate, wasn't it? As it often is here, but as I say, not a massive fish. I may try another cast in there, but I don't think, to be honest, that's going to produce. But still, I'm not complaining. Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful condition. I may put him back a little further up and You never know, we may be able to come back here and get another fish, but I'm doubtful. As I say, this cheese is, I think the polite term would be a bit mouldy, or the cheese paste. Also, because the temperature today is nearer 12 degrees than 30 degrees, which it was I think last time I was here, it's not soft and runny, it's quite firm. Anyway, I don't think there's much chance of a second fish, one after the other here, but as we're here, we'll give it a go, and if not, we'll just move on to another spot, which is the usual sort of way of doing things here. Just caught in the weed. Right, we'll move on, I think, because I think once you get one chub out of a spot like this, with conditions like this, the water crystal clear, quite low, and yeah, so we'll move on to another spot and see if we can pick another one out. When I fished this spot on the 16th of June, the nettles are up to my chest and they provided beautiful cover. But unfortunately, as you see now, they've all been beaten down and consequently very exposed to the fish. So it's nowhere near as inviting as it was before, but let's hope there's one down there and isn't spooked. I've carefully laid my landing net down there, and I'll try and stand back a bit from the bank. And again, a bit of cheese paste is the chosen bait. Usually if there's a chub there and you haven't spooked it, they go for it almost immediately. That's me shaking the rod. No. Not today. I think I'm buried in the streamer there. Let's try another bit of bait. Brought my stall this time so I can keep the rod a bit steadier. I get the feeling this spot's been fished a lot more than the last one I was in. No. As I say, like in that other spot, if there's a chub there and they're hungry, they go for it. It's not like when you're fishing a big river and you're putting a feeder on and you're waiting for the fish to find things. You need to know where the chub are in these little streams, and if they're there, they'll take it. Right, okay. Obviously a lot of streamer down there. I may just walk up to that spot up there. I don't know if it's fishable, but where that tree's hanging over the water or laying in the water. It looks fishable from down there, but it doesn't look as fishable from here. But it's worth a cast, I suppose. As I recollect, when I was here in June, the nettles made this spot definitely unfishable. The number of times I forget to take my bail arm off is nobody's business. Yeah, I thought there might be a chub skulking under there, but nothing immediate. Yeah, it's just a lot of weed down there, isn't it? Okay. Perhaps another move. Okay, let's see if we can put a bait under that raft.
Yes, that's it. Is that one? Such a lovely day. You should be doing it.
Nah. No. As I say, if there was one there, it would have taken. Oh well.
Oh, you got another fan? Yeah, definitely. I used to have that. Not in this, I haven't done it here.
Right, there's a raft down there, so thing is, it looks very, very shallow down there. So I think it's too shallow down there. No, it's just movement of the water. If it's a fish, it'll go around quite positively. That sort of toing and throwing, I think, is just the flow of water moving the lead. So you usually can't mistake a fish. Nah. Nah. It's just weed, I think, pulling on the line. Okay, I'm by the bypass now, so it's a bit noisy, I'm afraid. And this swim, which is usually quite an open swim and easy to fish, it certainly isn't today. Those reeds in the middle weren't there last time I fished it, so it's added a new dimension.
Well, good to see you, sir. Oh, by the way, can you get onto your... Is that for public use, your...
Well, I'm really very surprised that I'm not getting any bites in this swim. There's always been, I've caught small perch in here before. It's always been somewhere where you could expect a bite or two, even if it wasn't a chub, but nothing at all, not a hint today. I may go back to my number one spot. I've got a few maggots left, and feed some maggots down. See if I can entice the chub to feed in that spot again by feeding in maggots, and then if that fails, I've got one more spot going back towards the start of the stretch, and I'll try there, and then that'll be it really. But it really surprised me that this spot isn't producing at least something, even an eel. Yeah, amazing. I don't know. I am back at the first spot I fished, and I don't usually bring maggots when I come here, but I had some left over, so what I've done is I've sort of sorted myself out, and I've just thrown in a few small handfuls of maggots upstream. That should make their way down to where I caught the chub before. As I say, I've not used maggots after chub here, so I don't know whether it will work, and I don't know whether the spot has recovered enough since I caught the first fish. It's probably been a couple of hours, so perhaps it has. Anyway, it's worth a try. Drew a blank in the other three spots that I fished. After this, there's one more place I'm going to give a go, a bit further towards the entrance to the stretch. But at the moment I'm just going to have a bite to eat and a drink, and then let those maggots settle in, and then drop a few maggots down there and see if we can fool a chub into taking a bunch of maggots. Let's see what happens. Not sure if that's a buzzard up there or a kite. No, it's got a straight back to its tail, so is that a buzzard or is it a... I don't know, I'm not good at this sort of thing. The sheep are getting very close now. I assume they'll ignore me. They usually do, don't they, sheep? Right, now this is it. This is the maggot experiment. I've been feeding in maggots, both before I had a little bite to eat and a few more afterwards. So let's see if it tempts a chub to bite. Probably wishful thinking this, but it's worth a try. Yeah, something's taken it. Oh Christ, I've got a spider coming down my head now. Well, in fact, it's going in the side. It'll get this one in. It's got itself. I think it's a dace. Which ain't bad going, really. It's a lovely dace. God, this water's moving. In you go. There you go. Oh well, I don't mind dace. Didn't really need the net. I think I could have lifted it out. And unfortunately it's taken the hook right down, which is not good news. It's a big hook. Oh dear. Oh, got that out clean, that's good. Certainly looks like a bite, but it may be just a lead moving around. I think we got one. Yeah, it's another dace, I think. Quite a nice dace. I think we'll swing here. And let's hopefully the hook hasn't gone right the way down again. This is probably my last chance for another chub. I've caught here before, but not on the last 2 or 3 occasions, so can't be too hopeful. But a bit near the bypass still, so it's still a bit noisy. Anyway, we'll give it a go. Alright, let's try a bunch of maggots. See what happens. A good cast. Right the way down. It could be a bite, I think. Difficult to tell because the weight moves around a lot with water. I think that could be a bite. Oh, a bloody tree there. I missed it if it was. Yeah, some maggots gone. No, I think these are very small fish. Just caught in the weeds. Oh, now let's go in the tree if I'm not careful. Yeah. Oh dear, 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 dear. Okay, I'm just going to walk along this little stretch here. The house up there and the gate is the entrance, so I was going to pack up back in that other swim, but I thought I'd just walk along and see if anything looks inviting for a final cast. But I'm not so sure. Well, this is the last effort. Not that hopeful, to be honest. Still on maggots. I'm glad the wind's blowing in the other direction, away from me. The amount of dust that's being created over there on that site. Stuck straight away in the weed. Wherever you cast, you just get bogged into the weed. It's a bit of a lost cause, really. Yep, I think I called it a day. This is all too hard. So, one chub, and for my efforts. Oh well, never mind. A couple of days. The hoped for perch never arrived. And, yeah, this stream is so much more weedy. I'm sure there's a hell of a lot more rushes and midstream weed than in the past. Anyway, I'm going to pack up now and sign off. I'm signing off a bit away from the river today because the combination of the bypass and the construction site opposite where I was last fishing made it a bit noisy. So anyway, lovely day. I mean, I really enjoyed being out today, sitting in the countryside. It was superb. But fish-wise, not so good. I got a chub first cast from my favourite spot, which was fine. But after that, I struggled. I couldn't tempt another one. A couple of days came along when I changed to maggots, but that was it really. Interesting, a chap sort of joined me for a while. He asked me about the rig I was using and everything, and walked along with me while I fished a couple of spots. So that was quite interesting. But as I say, only one chub today. I'd hoped that from one of those other chub spots I would have picked something up, but it just wasn't to be. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed me trying anyway, if nothing else, and thanks for the likes that I still continue to get, and for you who have subscribed to the channel. And until the next time, it's bye for now and cheers.